Thor, the god of thunder, has faced battles that would break most heroes. But through it all, he's evolved into one of the most powerful and complex figures in the MCU.
It's terribly well balanced.
Well, if there's too much weight, you lose power on the swing.
From his royal upbringing and his early struggles to becoming the mighty hero we know today, Thor's journey is nothing short of legendary. Along the way, he's forged unforgettable moments, like reclaiming his true self, dealing with loss, and finding his purpose. But what's next for Thor? Will he continue to rise and defend the universe, or is there more to his story waiting to be told? The origin of Thor, a journey of birth and legacy. Thor's story begins in the realm of Asgard, a land of celestial beauty and immeasurable power, ruled by the mighty All-Father, Odin. Born as the son of Odin and the earth goddess Gaia, Thor was destined for greatness from the moment he entered the world. His lineage tied him not only to the powerful Asgardians, but also to Midgard, the mortal realm Earth, which would later play a pivotal role in his journey. As a child, Thor was raised in the grandeur of Odin's palace, learning the ways of the Asgardian warriors alongside his adopted brother, Loki. Though both were princes, their paths could not have been more different. While Loki honed his cunning and mastery of sorcery, Thor embraced strength and courage. He was a child of boundless energy, wielding his first wooden weapon before he could even walk properly. Odin, ever the wise king, saw the spark of immense power within Thor, but knew that greatness required discipline. He trained Thor rigorously, imparting lessons in honor, responsibility, and the weight of leadership. These teachings shaped the young prince into a warrior of unmatched skill. However, his arrogance often clouded his judgment, a flaw that Odin kept in check through tough love and strict guidance. From battles fought to protect Asgard to playful rivalries with his friends, Thor's childhood was a mixture of joy and the burden of expectation. His closest companion was Mjolnir, the enchanted hammer forged from Uru metal by the dwarves of Nidavellir. Odin placed a spell on Mjolnir, ensuring that only one who was truly worthy could wield it, a lesson Thor would have to learn the hard way. Thor's upbringing was not without trials. He grew up under the looming shadow of Odin's immense legacy and the simmering jealousy of Loki.
What?
Get help.
No.
Come on, you love it.
I hate it.
It's great. It works every time.
It's humiliating.
Do you have a better plan?
No.
We're doing it.
Yet these challenges only solidified his determination to prove himself worthy of Asgard's throne. Thor was more than just a prince. He was a symbol of Asgard's might and future, a beacon of hope for its people. But while his strength grew, so too did his pride. This would ultimately lead to his first great fall, a humbling moment that would set the stage for his transformation into the true god of thunder. Who Thor truly is, the god behind the thunder. Thor, the mighty god of thunder, embodies the very essence of strength, loyalty, and valor. Born with the power of lightning coursing through his veins, he has always been a protector of realms. But who is Thor beyond the hammer and the storms? At his core, Thor is a warrior bound by honor and a deep sense of responsibility to safeguard Asgard and its 9 realms. His journey has been marked by battles both external and internal. While he is a god of immense physical power, his true strength lies in his heart, a heart that beats not just for Asgard, but also for the people of Midgard. Thor's story is one of transformation. Once a brash and reckless prince, he sought glory and battle above all else, craving the thrill of proving his might.
I am the god of thunder!
His early days were filled with bravado, his arrogance often eclipsing his noble intentions. He lived for the glory of combat, often underestimating the price of war and the consequences of his actions. However, beneath the surface of his pride was a warrior willing to put himself in harm's way for those he cared for. Thor's compassion is as striking as his hammer blows. Whether standing alongside his loyal friends, the warriors Three and Lady Sif, or protecting the vulnerable, his bravery has always been driven by a profound sense of justice. A pivotal moment in Thor's life came when his hubris led to his banishment to Earth by Odin. Stripped of his powers and unworthy of wielding Mjolnir, he was forced to confront the limits of his strength. It was here in the mortal realm that Thor began to understand the true meaning of heroism, the simple acts of kindness, the value of humility, and the realization that true leadership is rooted in selflessness. Not just raw power reshaped him. Through trials and sacrifices, Thor has proven himself time and again. He fought valiantly to protect Asgard from countless threats, including Loki's betrayals, the frost giants, and the fire demon Surtur. Beyond the battlefield, Thor has shown remarkable emotional growth, wrestling with grief, loss, and his identity as both a god and a protector. Thor's journey is far more than the battles he's fought. It is about the man he has become. A loyal son, a brave warrior, and a friend to humanity, Thor exemplifies the struggle of living up to one's potential while learning from one's flaws. His evolution from an arrogant prince to a selfless protector of realms is what makes him not just a hero, but a legend. How Thor became the god of thunder. Thor's rise to the mantle of the god of thunder is a tale of triumph, humility, and the forging of a hero spirit. From the moment he was born, destiny shaped his path. But the journey to becoming the revered protector of the 9 realms wasn't simply a birthright. It was a hard-earned transformation that tested every facet of his being. Thor's powers were bestowed upon him by his divine heritage as the son of Odin, the All-Father, and Frigga, queen of Asgard. Even as a young god, he wielded incredible strength and skill in battle. He trained relentlessly under the watchful eye of Odin, who sought to prepare him for the throne of Asgard. Yet, alongside this training came a growing arrogance, as Thor's unmatched abilities fueled his sense of invincibility.
I'm very protective of the humans because they're so helpless and ridiculous.
His legendary hammer, Mjolnir, became a symbol of his strength and divine right. Forged in the heart of a dying star, Mjolnir was enchanted by Odin to ensure that only the worthy could wield it. For Thor, it was both a weapon and a measure of his worth. With Mjolnir in hand, Thor unleashed the storms and commanded lightning itself. But while his powers were mighty, his immaturity and reckless thirst for glory rendered him unfit to wield them responsibly. Thor's arrogance reached its peak during an ill-fated mission to Jotunheim, where his impulsive actions nearly incited a war with the frost giants. Enraged by his son's recklessness, Odin stripped Thor of his powers and banished him to Earth, a realm where he would be forced to learn humility as a mortal. Mjolnir, too, was cast to Earth, its enchantment ensuring that only a worthy Thor could reclaim it. It was on Earth that Thor's true transformation began. Stripped of his godly powers, he was no longer a larger-than-life figure. Instead, he was a man among mortals, learning to navigate their world and understand their struggles. Thor's time with Jane Foster, Eric Selvig, and Darcy Lewis taught him the value of humanity's resilience and the strength found in compassion. The defining moment came when Thor, still powerless, chose to sacrifice himself to save a small town from destruction by the Destroyer, a weapon sent by Loki. His selfless act of bravery unlocked his worthiness, and Mjolnir returned to him. With it, so too did his powers, marking his rebirth as the true god of thunder. From that moment on, Thor's identity as a hero was solidified. He no longer sought glory for its own sake, but fought to protect those who could not protect themselves. His worthiness was no longer tied to his strength, but to his ability to lead with courage, humility, and heart. Thor became more than just a god. He became a protector, a symbol of hope, and a warrior whose thunderous might was matched only by the depth of his spirit. Words of wisdom and power. Thor's journey is marked by defining moments, where his words reveal not just his strength, but the emotional depth and wisdom behind his actions. Early in his life, Thor was brash and impulsive, eager to prove his worth as a warrior and future king. This recklessness led to his banishment to Earth, a punishment intended to teach him humility. This realization was hard-earned, symbolizing the transition from a reckless prince to a more thoughtful leader. Thor's understanding of leadership deepened during one of the most devastating moments in his life, the fall of Asgard. While facing Ragnarok, he came to understand that true strength comes not from ruling a kingdom, but from protecting its people. It was a lesson that reshaped his sense of responsibility as he led his people to safety, leaving behind the ruins of his homeland. His journey as a hero wasn't just about victories. It was also defined by moments of self-doubt. After failing to stop Thanos, Thor sank into despair, questioning his worth. However, a heartfelt conversation with his mother, Frigga, reignited his spirit. This turning point emphasized that even gods aren't immune to failure, but that resilience defines true greatness. Thor's words often reflect the battles raging within him, his fight to reconcile his divine responsibility with his human flaws. Despite his doubts, he continues to wield his power for the greater good, proving that even the mightiest heroes grapple with vulnerability. Thor emerges as more than just a warrior. He is a protector, a thinker, and a man who grows through adversity. His words, often spoken during pivotal moments, inspire those around him and remind us that heroism is about heart and conviction, not just strength or victory. Thor's story isn't just one of battles won. It's a journey of learning, failing, and always finding a way to stand tall again. Thor's future, what lies ahead for the god of thunder. Despite his often chaotic life, Thor has found peace in the realization that his destiny doesn't need to be dictated by the crown or the throne. As he's repeatedly stated in the past, hinting at a future where his role as a protector and hero takes precedence over the expectations of his divine birthright. This self-awareness, combined with his growing humility, makes it likely that Thor will continue to evolve into a more complex and grounded hero. His relationship with Jane Foster and the future of their dynamic also leaves a lot of room for development. Could she join him on his adventures once again? Or will will Thor continue to face challenges alone, learning to be the leader he was always meant to be? Moving forward, there's also the looming question of how Thor will handle the shifting power dynamics in the universe. With new threats like Kang the Conqueror rising, Thor's actions could play a pivotal role in saving or destroying everything he's fought for. One thing is for certain, Thor will continue to be a symbol of resilience, constantly rising from his failures and finding new ways to inspire those around him. His journey will likely take him into new realms of heroism as he wrestles with his identity as both a god and a man, struggling to balance his power with his responsibility to the universe. As for what's next in Thor's future, there's a growing expectation that we may see him cross paths with other powerful figures in the MCU. Will he face off with new villains, forge unexpected alliances, or even find a way to bring balance to the multiverse? Given his track record, Thor will certainly continue to captivate audiences with his charm, wit, and indomitable will. And as we know, he's always ready for whatever challenges lie ahead, as he said. In the end, Thor's future is as unpredictable as the storms he commands. Whether he continues his journey as a lone wanderer or reunites with old allies, one thing remains clear. Thor will remain a vital and powerful force in the MCU, a hero whose story is far from finished. His legacy is defined not just by the battles he wins, but by the way he grows, learns, and evolves with each challenge he faces. The God of Thunder's journey is far from over, and whatever happens next, it's sure to be one epic ride. Thor's journey is far from over, and as we've seen, his path is full of triumphs, challenges, and surprises. With each chapter of his life, he proves why he's more than just a god. He's a hero. But what's next for him? Will he continue to protect the universe, or is a new destiny on the horizon? Stay tuned for more insights from Star Life.